In the past few months, there have been seizures of counterfeit rum, engine oil, curry powder, and other fake goods. Closed in there definitely. DSP Victor Barrett is the head of the Intellectual Property Rights Unit at Counterterrorism and Organized Crime, CTOC, and he's here to speak about its continued efforts to protect and promote the sale and consumption of genuine products. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Welcome to...
Morning. Thanks for having me.
The last time we spoke, it was about some 300 million worth of things that you did find. Obviously, I don't want to tell people your secrets.
Right.
But as a layperson, if I go buy a shoes, how I know it's not the real brand? How I would know that?
All right. So I'm going to use Nike because it's a popular brand. I'm not an agent for Nike, but Nike doesn't sell shoes in plastic bag. So if you go buy a Nike shoe in a plastic bag, it is a red flag. Right? Similarly, the stitching on some of these shoes, you can just your eyes alone can discern that this is not from an authentic source. The stitching bad, the smell of the shoe bad. Mm-hmm. So that in itself can be an indicator.
Is it that when people are purchasing, they are unaware that it's fake, or people want to be seen in name brand but can't afford it, so the next best option for them is to buy the fake?
Right. So sometimes they're aware and sometimes they aren't aware.
Okay.
Because you have fakes that are, high-end fakes.
Mm-hmm. And they pay the price.
And they pay the real price for it. So that's a deception. So you make the fake shoe or bag and you sell it as if it is the original.
Wow.
So the price has to be the same for you to convince the consumer that it is the authentic product.
Wow.
How do you know who to check?
All right, so we work close to the brands, right? And based on our law,
close with the brands.
With the brands, right? So these major brands, Nike, Puma, LV, they have their intelligence arm all over the world, to include Jamaica. So they would do their work, and then they come to us, point us in a particular direction, and then we do the operation.
So how do you know?
Because they have the intelligence arm. And remember, most of these companies also, they have a branch in Panama. So like merchants from this region who want to purchase, they purchase goods from Panama. So they have their networking system in place. So if you know that within a particular region, your profit margin or your income is dipping, then something is wrong. And then they will do investigation. And then say Jamaica is a market. They send their people to Jamaica, then they do the investigation.
And then they collaborate with you.
Collaborate with the police.
How does CTOC operate? Do you operate like a central branch that moves from parish to parish according to need?
So we have island-wide jurisdiction, island-wide.
But do you have branches in each parish?
No, so we have sub-units. Okay. So CTOC is a main branch, but we have like in each headquarters we have tributaries that we can activate if there's a need.
Okay.
At the top of the interview there, you mentioned oil and curry and all kind of things.
Right.
So it's not just about clothing.
No, it's everything. Car parts, toothpaste, baby formula, medical equipment, saline. It's about everything.
Yeah, and that's pretty serious.
Very serious.
Because for some people, they'll say, oh, it's just jewelry, it's just clothes. But when you're talking about something that people are going to ingest,
yes,
then you're talking about health risks.
Health risks.
Those are fake. I'm seeing anything.
Oh, by the way, those are file pictures. This is not anything current we're talking about. So this has really not, what we're talking about right now has nothing to do with that. Those are file pictures. When you say you're the head of the intellectual property rights, how many other units in CTOC?
Right, so we have a whole host of units, right? Because our intention is to put a curb on organized crime, homegrown or transnational. So we have my unit, which is intellectual property. We have human trafficking, we have gang, we have cybercrime, we have the firearm unit. We have fraud squad. We have a whole host of units, counterterrorism. We have the operational unit. So we have a whole host of units within CTOC.
Yep. When you arrest, somebody who you think or selling counterfeit goods, what happens?
Right. So as I say,
time thing.
Yes. So as I say, we have to work in tandem with the legislation. So we arrest, charge, put it before the court, right? And then now the magistrate, we have no control over the magistrate. But let's say a matter goes before the court and the person is found guilty, then those goods were ordered forfeited by the Crown, and then they are properly destroyed. by us under my supervision. The person pays a fine. The law speaks to, confinement, but we don't see that. So they mostly pay a fine.
So no one goes to jail?
No one goes to jail. So they just pay a fine,
Is that okay with you?
Well, for us, a conviction is a conviction. Because whichever way you're sending a message that, you just don't operate without, an oversight. And we are the oversight body. So it is a purview of the justice system and the magistrate. So we don't take it personal. A conviction is a conviction.
Yeah, do you know what the fine is?
Yes. So, well, the law speaks to $1 million per trademark.
Per trademark?
Per trademark. So if, for instance...
So if you hold him with four different trademarks, $4 million?
Maximum. But the magistrate can impose anything that he or she feels, depending on the posturing of your legal representative. So your lawyer might make a plea that, never first-time offender didn't understand, and, the compassion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the fines are varies.
Yeah.
What happens to the confiscated goods? Because I saw, was it in Ocho Rios? You had a major...
Yes.
I was like, that's like, so what's going to happen to all of this?
Right. So at the end of that process, the goods are properly destroyed.
Okay.
So we have a MOU with a partner agency here that we dispose of the goods in a manner that is safe for the environment. But prior to this, we used to go to the dump where we dig holes like 30 feet, a process that wasn't conducive, with our environment.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, I want to ask, was that the most rewarding or most memorable bust that you've had?
No, man, I had one probably before COVID, 500 million. Yes, that one was huge.
500 million one time?
One time. Yeah, man, we worked like about 3 days.
What was the strangest thing that you've found counterfeit? We talk about shoes and all.
Yes, all right, the strangest thing is that they will spell like the Gucci and they spell it bad. I used to like Pucci. Alright, the Puma, yeah, Fuma. So it is hilarious.
that one is easy to detect.
But you're laughing, but people buy it. Them can't. You see, when you must go to school.
I said already the last time we spoke, it was the 300 million
Right.
one. How often are you finding these things? Say last year. How many did you jump on last year?
Right. Last year, because we're coming out of the COVID and then the logistic issues with China and other areas, the cost for freight. So all those issues, form part and parcel of our operation. And then we have to work with the brands. So even if we know that Harbour Street or Orange Street has a whole host of store that sells counterfeit goods, based on the law, we can't just go in and just seize the goods. We have to get a complaint from the brand. And that's the current state of the law now.
Hold on, man.
Yes.
So if you know that me selling counterfeit stuff, if you call Nike already, if Nike don't tell you, come lock me up, you can't touch me?
Who going to be a complainant? Because remember, for due process, you need a complainant.
But you know.
No, but who going to give me the statement to say that this shoe is a fake? So who's going to authenticate that product to say that this bag is a fake? So we need a complainant statement.
No, I don't want to belabor the point, but
Right.
you already say if I see a Nike in a plastic bag.
Yes.
So if you see a Nike in a plastic bag, you know it's a fake. So if Nike don't say something to you can't do me nothing?
No, so you have to come to us or the Consumer Affairs Commission, and then now we work on the back end to reach the Nike, and then we do the investigation.
And you okay with that?
It's a law.
It's a law.
Yeah,
It's the same thing with SSL. They're saying complaints.
It's a law, so we have to work with it. Personally, no, but it is a law. And as I say, it's nothing personal, so we're just enforcing the law.
Yeah. One of the sad things, Deputy Superintendent Victor Barrett, with the seizure of the quarry, he said they don't care about the human element whatsoever.
Not at all.
All they care about is making
Money.
Even the engine oil, he's saying the element in it that's supposed to...
The viscosity.
The viscosity is gone, so your
gone.
engine is going to be damaged. And that's really the core of it. People have to understand, don't support them. They don't care about you.
We're in a tropical country and the heat, so you're going on the highway and the vehicles just explode.
And it's
Yeah,
interesting.
so I'm just saying that for the consumer, just don't feel like, I can support them because I get it at a lower price or I'm just a hustle. They don't care.
They don't care.
They don't care.
Right, and it's interesting because right across the country,
Right across.
our producer put a lovely thing together 10 million in Maypen, 200 million in St. Anne, 1.4 million rum in St. Elizabeth. So it's right across.
Right across, you know.
But
So,
it's different people. It's not like
No.
one person,
No.
a Lego everything.
'cause you know Jamaica is a copycat.
Yeah.
So once person see a certain industry or product, then people's going to move on because it's an easy way to make money, right? And it's about demand and supply. So, and there's a demand for goods, right? Person want to feel into a certain social class, so they want to wear the Gucci and the Nike and the Puma. They want to drink the particular rum, you know. So there's a demand for it.
We're out of time, but I want to ask, and you and I spoke about this because it's a personal pet peeve of mine, that a lot of these things, some of them are seized in warehouses. Legitimate businesses own the warehouses. But I find that when a warehouse now, it says, you know, it's $1 million a month or 1.5 million to rent a warehouse, and you see these goods coming in, where do you think the 1.5 million and when you go in and see 200 million of counterfeit, the warehouse people have to understand they're a little bit complicit, no?
Not necessarily, because what happens if you rent a warehouse on somebody, and in all cases, these persons, they have the counterfeit goods along with other goods.
Yes.
So they marry the goods. So even if we seize 500 million, there might be 200 million of other products that they sell that are authentic or probably their brand that they market. So that's how.
That's the mask it.
The mask it.
I don't know if you were involved, but how you know it was fake curry? It looked the same way, the package are the same thing.
It curry the meat the same.
Right. and that's it. And I'm happy you asked the question because there is a misconception. Counterfeiting is anything that is outside of the original. So if you make a product that looks like the original, if you make a product and you market the product, and you give an intention that it is the real product, with the intention to deceive and for monetary gain, it is counterfeit.
Okay.
So once it is outside of the original, it is counterfeit. So the contents or otherwise is a part and parcel of it. But it is once it is not from the trademark owner, it is counterfeit.
Yeah, but I can understand where you say with the shoes in the plastic bag. Right. But if you look at the two curry thing, the two of them are the same bag, the same color, have the same thing on it.
Right. So that is deceptive conduct. So we work closely with the manufacturer.
No, I accept what you're saying and understand. But how you know in the first place?
It is hard, right? Because, you know, the base for curry is turmeric. But for that manufacturer, they have other things, just like a KFC. Chicken is the base, but you have your special ingredients. So this company has their special ingredients. And they are doing their work because they realize that their revenue is declining. So they are doing their work. And as a result,
Jamaica
they
people
came
stop
to us.
curry.
Right, so there are some things I can't talk because if I tell, then the criminals are going to
know what to
do. But we are working closely with the brand so we can curtail.
Sir, check the black pepper too.
Black pepper. Dealer, all right. I will check your black.
Good to see you, sir.
Yes.
And thanks for your service.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
Safe.
Yes.
Head of the Intellectual Property Rights Unit and Counterterrorism and Organized Crime, CTOC, Deputy Superintendent, Mr. Victor Barrett.
The whole of them in there laughing at them get the counterfeit black pepper now good pandemic.
No, dealer, I don't lie I tell. Hey, listen, about it think bad. Some man love curry.
It's bad.
Love curry. And sometimes me eat curry and my belly I run.
Oh, Lord Jesus. We have to go up next. We shine the spotlight on another